Hi, Terry and Linda and Eva. This is a quick, actually, it's not going to be all that quick. I tried to do one earlier and YouTube said the video was too long, so I'm going to have to break this up a little bit. This is lessons on how to use HBook, the booking system. Excuse me. And I'm going to break this up into segments. So you're going to end up getting probably 3 different instructional videos. I'll try and identify them so you know each one and what they're for. The first thing is when you get to your dashboard, you will notice there's a reservations and an accommodation. These are also contained in HBook, which is your booking system. You can see reservation and accommodation. These pieces over here are just simply for speed of access. The accommodation one, please don't make any changes to this. I attempted to adjust a little bit of a verbiage in there and got an error message that scared the heck out of me. So let's just leave this as our little lake house and not make any changes to it. The reservations piece is a duplicate, an identical duplicate of what you will find in HBook. So let's go down to HBook and we're going to go through reservations, accommodations, seasons, and booking rules in this video. Under the reservations section, this shows you all the reservations. This upper area will have, if there are reservations, it will show that certain dates are booked. You can, yourselves, the 3 of you, can block weeks. For instance, if Linda decides she wants to go down the first week of August, she can enter in here that Linda's staying for this week and block accommodation. And that way when a client comes to the website, they will see that those dates are blocked. The other piece is adding a reservation. You can manually add a reservation. I would suggest just having the client use the online system that's on your website. But if Terry gets somebody that walks over to her and says, hey, can we book this? Then she has the ability to go in and make that reservation. The reservation list, this would show any reservations you have. Right now you don't. And exporting reservations allows you to export all of the data about specific reservations. Pretty simple stuff. No changes need to be made in there. Accommodation, we already touched on it briefly. We're not going to make any changes to that. If you get another property, you might want to add an accommodation. But right now you have Owl Little Lake House. Let's go to seasons. Currently, we have an off season, a peak season, and then several holidays in here. Terry, you're going to add in all of those various fishing tournaments, and it's fairly simple to do. You click Add New Season. Down below, we'll see New Season. You can identify it as fishing or something more specific if you want, and then click Save. And then over here, you will add season dates. So this would be one fishing tournament date. You would put in start and end of that tournament and then click Save. And then you would go back and hit Add again and add the second and third fishing dates. The caution here for you, Terry, as you're adding these is if you indicate a date, a specific day applies to 2 different seasons. For instance, if the fishing tournament starts on October 5th, and you indicate it down here as October 5th and charge $250 for that night, what's going to happen is if you don't adjust the date up here, the system will default to the lowest denominator. So it will bill at $175. So when you add dates, make sure you don't have any duplicate dates up above. And I'll show you examples here. We have an off season. Let's do peak season. We have a peak season that's currently running April 1st through August 31st. Now, why does it stop August 31st? Because we have Labor Day. Labor Day I currently have set up as September 1st through September 4th. And then you will see the peak season picks up again September 5th and runs through September 30th. I understand there might be some decisions about whether that peak season is going to extend through the end of October. It's really easy to make the change. You just simply go here, adjust the date to 10/31, save, and then go up here to the off season and start the off season on November 1st. Doing that by going to edit and then November 1. And that way you've got a peak season that goes through October and an off season that starts November 1 and goes through December 21st. Why December 21st? Well, because Christmas begins to be applied on the 22nd and it goes through the 25th. Again, Terry, you can adjust all of these dates in the fishing tournaments. I'm going to delete that one because I want you to practice adding. All of these dates that you add, you have to adjust the off-season, peak season dates, or the billing will default to the lowest denominator. Booking rules. It's pretty simple here. I've got them allowing to check in and check out on any days. Minimum length stay is 2 nights. Maximum length stay is 6 nights. I don't know why you would limit that, but it certainly is your call. As far as I'm concerned, if somebody wants to book 30 nights, I'll take their money and run. But that's your call. You guys can make that adjustment by changing this here, having it apply to certain dates. And then rates is the final one we're going to look at on this video. Currently have it set up for off season as $175 a night, peak season $225 a night, and the special events at $250 a night. Now what will happen, Terry, is when you add the extra fishing tournaments, they will show up down here. You'll need to come in and come to this page, accommodation rates, and check mark the fishing events, okay? And that way the $250 will apply. Fairly simple, but you really have to keep an eye on things. All right, I'm going to end this one at 7 minutes and come back for some more.